Walk down the condiment aisle of any American grocery store, and you will find bottles labeled soy sauce, sitting next to bottles that are chemically closer to a science experiment than a fermented food. The difference between them is not subtle. One is the result of months of microbial fermentation: wheat, soybeans, salt, water, thyme. The other is made in days, sometimes hours, by running defatted soy protein through hydrochloric acid, then neutralizing the acid, then adding color and salt to make the result look and taste like something it isn't. Both bottles say soy sauce. One of them is lying. The process used to make the fake version is called acid hydrolysis. It produces a byproduct called 3-MCPD, 3-monochloropropane 1,2-diol, which the European Food Safety Authority classifies as a probable human carcinogen. The EU has set a maximum limit of 0.02 milligrams per kilogram for 3-MCPD in liquid soy sauce. The FDA has no enforceable limit. That gap in regulation is exactly how 4 of the most recognized soy sauce brands in the United States stay on shelves. Number 4, Kikkoman-less sodium soy sauce. Kikkoman's original brewed soy sauce is one of the cleaner products in this category. The brand has been making naturally brewed tamari and soy sauce in Japan since 1917, and the core product, wheat, soybeans, water, salt, fermented for months, holds up. This video is not about that bottle. The less sodium version is a different product. To reduce sodium content, Kikkoman runs the brewed sauce through an additional processing step that strips sodium out chemically, then adds preservatives to compensate for the stability lost in that process. The result contains sodium benzoate, a preservative that, when combined with ascorbic acid, vitamin C, can form benzene, a known human carcinogen classified as Group 1 by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. The combination is more relevant in soft drinks, where ascorbic acid is a common additive. But sodium benzoate in food products has drawn enough regulatory attention in the UK that the Food Standards Agency recommended in 2008 that manufacturers voluntarily remove it. Kikkoman's less sodium version, sold in the US, still contains it. The front label says less sodium. The back label contains a chemical that has no place in a product made from 4 ingredients. If you use Kikkoman, use the original brewed version and use less of it. Number 3, Choy soy sauce. Choy is not a soy sauce company. It is a brand that Conagra Brands acquired in 1990 and has maintained as a vehicle for selling low-cost Asian-style pantry products to a market that largely stopped paying close attention after the 1980s. The product in the bottle is not fermented. It is hydrolyzed soy protein, water, corn syrup, caramel color, and salt. Corn syrup in soy sauce. There is no traditional preparation of soy sauce anywhere in the world that contains corn syrup. Its presence here serves one function: to mimic the slight sweetness that naturally brewed soy sauce develops through fermentation. Instead of waiting months for microorganisms to produce that complexity, Choy adds corn syrup and saves the time. The caramel color is listed without a class number. Caramel color made with ammonia, class 3 or 4, produces 4-methylimidazole, or 4-MEI, which California's Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment added to its list of known carcinogens in 2011. The FDA does not require manufacturers to specify which class of caramel color they use, so there is no way to know from the label whether Choy's caramel color produces 4-MEI or not. The company has not disclosed this. Choy costs around $2.50 for a 10-ounce bottle. It is cheap because it skips the ingredient and the process that makes soy sauce what it is. Number 2, Kari-Out soy sauce packets. If you have ever ordered Chinese takeout in the United States, you have almost certainly been handed a Kari-Out packet. The company dominates the single-serve condiment market for Chinese-American restaurants, and its soy sauce packets are ubiquitous, found in millions of takeout bags every week without any menu mention or consumer choice. The ingredient list: water, hydrolyzed soy protein, salt, corn syrup, caramel color, sodium benzoate. No fermentation, no wheat, no soybeans in the form that produce a naturally brewed product. This is acid hydrolyzed protein, the fastest and cheapest method of producing something with soy sauce's flavor profile. Combined with corn syrup for sweetness, sodium benzoate as a preservative, and caramel color of unspecified class. Kari-Out does not market to consumers directly. Their customers are restaurant operators buying in bulk. This means the people eating the product have no label to read, no ingredient list in front of them, and no way to make an informed choice. The lack of consumer-facing disclosure is not illegal. Restaurants are not required to provide ingredient lists for condiments. But the 3-MCPD risk from hydrolyzed protein production is present in every packet, and no one at the table knows it. The company's website positions Kari-Out as a convenient solution for operators. Convenience for the operator. Unknown risk for everyone else. Number 1. Walmart Great Value Soy Sauce. The Great Value Soy Sauce sold at Walmart is the most widely distributed product on this list. Walmart's Great Value line exists to undercut branded competitors on price, and across many categories that works fine. Great Value canned tomatoes, for instance, are frequently just private label versions of the same product you'd find under a more expensive name. Soy sauce is not that category. The Great Value soy sauce ingredient list: water, salt, hydrolyzed soy protein, corn syrup, caramel color, sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate. 2 preservatives: corn syrup, hydrolyzed protein. The product contains no naturally brewed soy sauce content whatsoever. What makes this the most concerning product on the list is scale. Walmart is the largest grocery retailer in the United States by revenue, $441.8 billion in fiscal year 2024. The Great Value brand moves product through more than 4,600 U.S. stores. When the cheapest, most accessible option in the largest retailer in the country is acid hydrolyzed protein with 2 preservatives and corn syrup, the people most likely to buy it are the people with the least access to alternatives. That is not a coincidence. It is a pricing structure built on regulatory gaps and consumer unfamiliarity with how soy sauce is actually made. The EU's 0.02 milligrams per kilogram limit on 3-MCPD would apply to this product if it were sold in Europe. The FDA's absence of an equivalent limit means it sells without restriction here. By Sanjay Tamari, organic, gluten-free. Sanjay has been producing tamari in Kyoto since 1804. The product sold under that name today in the United States is a direct descendant of that process. Soybeans, water, salt, fermented, using koji mold over a period of months. The organic version is certified USDA organic. The gluten-free version contains no wheat, which, for people with celiac disease, matters because conventional soy sauce uses wheat in fermentation, and traces remain in the finished product. The ingredient list for Sanjay Organic Tamari: water, organic whole soybeans, salt, organic alcohol as a preservative. That is it. The alcohol functions as a mild preservative and burns off in cooking. There is no corn syrup because the fermentation process produces its own complexity. There is no caramel color because the natural Maillard reactions during fermentation produce the color. There is no sodium benzoate because the salt concentration in a properly brewed product inhibits bacterial growth without it. The trade-offs are real and worth naming. Sanjay Tamari is more expensive than every brand on the avoid list, approximately $5.50 to $7 for a 10-ounce bottle, depending on retailer, compared to $2 to $3 for Great Value, or Choy. It is darker and richer than Chinese-style soy sauce, so if you are making a dish that needs a lighter, saltier profile, you may need to adjust quantities. It is available at Whole Foods, Target, Walmart, in some locations, and widely online. The flavor difference is audible in the kitchen before you even taste it. A brewed product smells like something alive. The acid hydrolyzed versions smell like salt and caramel. Once you notice it, you cannot unnotice it. If Sanjay isn't available locally, Yamaroku Shoyu's Tsurubishio is worth ordering online. It's aged 4 years in cedar barrels and made from nothing but soybeans, wheat, salt, and water. More expensive, smaller production, but no shortcuts anywhere in the process. The next time you pick up a bottle labeled soy sauce, flip it over before you put it in the cart. If the first ingredient after water is hydrolyzed soy protein, you are holding a product that was made in days, not months, using an acid process that produces a probable carcinogen as a byproduct, and then stabilized with preservatives that have drawn regulatory action in other countries. The bottle does not say any of that, it says soy sauce, and that term in the United States carries no legal requirement to use fermentation. Check the label. 4 words tell you everything. Hydrolyzed soy protein, corn syrup. If you see either of those, put it back